From Airline News TV Pakistan. So we heard Secretary Blinken's speech this morning when he talks about religious freedom in many parts of the world. Countries like Pakistan, China, Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia, and others are in CPC countries. But even after witnessing worst ever situation of religious freedom in India, this country is still out of red list. So what is preventing State Department to include world largest democracy in CPC countries?
I think that the Secretary's statement today speaks for itself. In India, we're concerned that some officials are ignoring or even supporting rising attacks on people in places of worship. And as I mentioned earlier in the briefing, there's a number of religious communities that are being targeted. With regard to the criteria that we assess when we're making these determinations, we're looking at countries that either engage in or tolerate or allow severe restrictions on religious freedom. And for the CPC designation, both of those factors are present. And so today we've issued our meticulous assessment of the current situation, and over the next 6 months, we'll be making our determinations for all countries as to which of them should be included on the lists that we do.
You also spoke about the blasphemy laws in Pakistan.
Yeah.
So have you ever talked about this whenever you engage with the Pakistani authorities? I remember you recently met with Pakistani ambassador Sardar Masood Khan in Washington.
Absolutely. In fact, for a number of years at the UN, there was a resolution passed with regard to so-called defamation of religion. And Pakistan was one of the leading advocates, and our concern with that resolution is that it is an instrument that gives support or sanction to blasphemy laws. And we worked with a number of countries around the world, including OIC countries, including Pakistan. Pakistan was a close partner on this, to eliminate the use of that resolution and move towards the Istanbul process, which you continue to seek to energize today. Now, there is a number of troubling blasphemy cases that continue today, and those are cases that we continue to raise, and I raise them regularly with the ambassador here. And of course, we urge the Pakistani government, as we have seen in some cases when there's been mob violence, the government condemning them and actually offering support for investigations in those cases. Those are positive steps, but much work remains, and we continue to be in dialogue with our Pakistani partners about that.
Yes, sir. Two media reports suggest that Al-Qaeda and ISIS are getting stronger in Afghanistan and even providing advice and support to the Taliban groups. So is it a concern for U.S.?
Excuse me, the media report said that ISIS and
Al-Qaeda are getting stronger in Afghanistan.
And the last part of your question was, are providing support to?
Advice and support to Taliban.
I don't have a comment on that particular report. I would note, of course, that the Taliban and ISIS-K are in many ways sworn enemies. The Taliban has made public and private commitments to keep groups like ISIS-K at bay. Certainly we have a commitment as well when it comes to threats to the American people, threats to the homeland. Even though we no longer have a military presence inside of Afghanistan, we're remaining vigilant to potential threats that may emerge from Afghanistan, and we again call on the Taliban to live up to the commitments it has made, the counterterrorism commitments it has made, not to allow such groups to operate with impunity on Afghan soil. Yes?